Hey everyone, welcome to the OctaFX live quiz, and I am your host today. My name is Ambrose Ebuka. Now, before I go ahead to give you details of what this quiz is about, let me know your name and where you're watching me from in the comment section. You can also go ahead to tell me if this is your first time participating in an OctaFX live quiz. Simon Emeka says, please, how does it work? Yeah, I'm going to explain that. So go ahead and write or type your name and where you're watching me from in the comment section. Today's quiz is going to consist of, will consist of 10 amazing questions, and these questions would revolve around Forex trading. So let's look at the comments. Bamilaro, Vanessa from Nigeria, welcome. Brilliant from Abraka, Nigeria, welcome. Ibrahim from Medugri, welcome. Eunice from Ghana, South Africa, Ginika from Anambra, Isaac from Ibadan, Kenya, Lagos, Chidima from Abuja, Phenomenal from South Africa. Massive welcome to every one of you. Yeah, Emmanuel says this is his first time. Welcome, Emmanuel. So today's quiz is going to consist of 10 amazing questions that would revolve around Forex, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about the bonus or bonuses that you can get for participating in the OctaFX live quiz. Now, the most active participant with the highest number of correct answers will receive $100 to apply knowledge and practice, and everyone else would get a super cool trading guide in PDF. So it's important that you stay till the end of the quiz, and this quiz, it's important that you understand that this quiz is going to be made up of two parts. Now, the first part is where I ask you questions and get your answers, and the second part is where I will show you the questions and review the right answers. I would also go ahead to give you explanations so that you understand better about why an answer is an answer, right? So massive welcome to every one of you. Paul from Abuja, Munu from India, welcome. So I'm going to go ahead and start, but before I do that, type in the comment section ready if you're ready for me to start right now. So type ready in the comment section if you're ready for me to start. Nice. Namdi says, let's do this. Kola Wale says he's with me. Brilliant says, ready. Simon Solomon says ready. Okay, it's a lot of ready. So let's go straight in. So remember, the first part is where I show you the questions, and you can go ahead when you want to type your answers. Go ahead and indicate the number you are answering before you go ahead to type the alphabet, right? So let's say, for example, number 1 is F, right? So you can go ahead and type number 1 F so that I know the questions that you're answering. So you don't just write A, B, C, D. So I need to be sure which question you're answering in the comments, right? So since we are all ready, I'm going to go ahead and reveal the first question. Okay, so the first question is, who is a scalper? Who is a scalper? A, one who trades at night. B, a trader who holds trading positions for a very long time. And C, a trader who holds trading positions for a very short time in a day. So if you know the answer, you can go ahead and type your answer in the comment section. Emmanuel says C. Somebody says F. There's no option that says F. So the options stops at C. So I don't know where you're getting your F from. But okay, Vanessa says C. Godwin says C. Azima says C. Number 1, C. Okay, hopefully you guys are correct. One way to find out if you're correct is if you stay till part 2. So I'm going to move to question 2. But yeah, hopefully your answers. Femi says number 1, B. Hopefully you're correct. So number 2, which type of analysis involves studying previous price movements? Which type of analysis involves studying previous price movements? A, sentimental analysis, B, fundamental analysis, and C, technical analysis. So if you know the answer to number 2, go ahead and type the answer in the comments. Ebiri says C, Boat says 2C, Olamide Bamiro says 2C, Efyong says 2C, Celestine says 2C, Solomon says 2C, Vanen says 2A, Chijoke says 2B, Alex says 2C. Well, like I said, the only way to find out is if you stay till part 2, where I will reveal the right answers to these questions. Okay, so we're going to move over to the third question, which is, all these are trading sessions, except all these are trading sessions, except what this means is that we have options here, but one of them is not a forex trading session. So A, China, B, London session, C, Asian session. So we have A, China session, B, London session, and C, Asian session. So if you know the answer, go ahead and type in the comment section below. Vanessa says number 3A, Brilliant says number 3B, Boat says number 3C, Simon Emeka says number 3C, Vanen says number 3B, Solomon says number 3A, Celestine Chizoba says number 3A, Emmanuel James says number 3 is A, Theodore says number 3 is B, Godwin Obiora says number 3 is A, Jacob Precious says number 3 is A. Good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck. So we'll have to stay on the live for part 2. So I'm going to go over to the fourth question. Which of these is not a reversal pattern? Which of these is not a reversal pattern? A, head and shoulder, B, flags, C, double top and bottom. Which of these is not a reversal pattern? A, head and shoulders, B, flags, and C, double top and bottom. Let's look at the comments. Etim Font says number 4 is B. Akande says number 4 is A. Michael says number 4 is B. Namdi Progress says number 4 is B. Celestine says number 4 is B. Chijioke says number 4 is B. Morgan says number 4 is A. Ideal Trader says number 4 is A. Tree TV Ghana says number 4 is C. Muhammad Ismail says number 4 is B. Ashley Peters says number 4 is B. Felix Nice Boy says number 4 is B. Godwin Obiora says number 4 is A. Well, so many answers, but only one option can be correct, right? So stick around for part 2, where I will reveal the right answers to these questions. So we're going to move over to number 5. Number 5. What is the worth of 2 standard lots? What is the worth of 2 standard lots? A, $2, B, $20, and C, $200. What is the worth of 2 standard lots? A, $2, B, $20, and C, $200. Let me know your answers in the comments. Emmanuel says number 5 is C. Lavonia says number 5 is C. Obonnaya Uche says number 5 is B. Both says number 5 is B. Philip says number 5 is C. Ramesh says number 5 is A. Alex Buzo says number 5 is A. Okay, Chijoke says number 5 is A. Olamide Bamiro says number 5 is C. Philip says number 5 is C. Okay, Godwin says number 5 is B. Abel Yusuf says number 5 is A. Alex Buzo says number 5 is A. Samson says number 5 is B. Ezema Ebuka, my namesake, says number 5 is B. Shinechere Martin says number 5 is A, and Favor Otis says number 5 is C. So we are, you all would have to stay for part 2 to find out which one of these options is correct. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the 6th question. Question number 6. All right, in a currency pair, AUD USD, which is the Australian dollar and the US dollar. In a currency pair AUD USD, which is the counter currency? So which of these currencies in a currency pair AUD USD is the counter currency? A, AUD, B, USD, and C, JPY. Let's look at the comments. Adex Academy says number 6 is A. Victor says number 6 is B. Both says number 6 is B. Hassan says number 6 is B. Omar Farouk says number 6 is B. It's A. Oh, he says it's A. Obonnaya Uche says number 6 is A. Free TV GH says number 6 is A. Tabo says number 6 is A. Emmanuel says number 6 is B. Felix says number 6 is B. Obaro Peter says number 6 is B. Monday Bob says number 6 is B. Godwin Obiora says number 6 is B. Terry Hunt says C. Not really sure which question you're answering for, but okay. Olamilekon says number 6 is B. Well, good luck. Only one of these options can be correct, so you would have to stay on the live for part 2 to find out. Now remember guys, at the end of the day, you're also going to learn from this live Forex quiz, right? So yes, I'm asking you questions to test your knowledge, but at the same time, you're still going to get a good understanding of, why the right answer is the right answer. Okay, so I'm going to go to question 7. What does it mean to go long in Forex? What does it mean to go long in Forex? A, to be a full-time trader. B, to be a part-time trader. And C, to open a buy position. What does it mean to go long in Forex? To be a full-time trader, to be a part-time trader, or to open a buy position. Let's look at comments. Hillary says number 7 is C. Francis says number 7 is B. Edim says number 7 is C. Okay, Vanen says number 7 is A. Chidima Ella says number 7 is C. God's Time Monday says number 7 is C. Godwin Obiora says number 7 is A. Alex Buzo says number 7 is A. Inyang says number 7 is C. Philip says 7 is C. Ashok Reddy says number 7 is A. Tolua says number 7 is C. Mwangi says number 7 is A. Obaro Peter says number 7 is C. Good News Ernest says number 7 is C. Yusuf says C. Chibuke Williams says number 7 is C. Jackel says number 7 is C. Okay, well, only one of these options can be correct, guys. We are getting to the second part of this live Forex quiz, where I will reveal the right and correct answers. Okay, so stick around. Question 8. Question 8. Oh, someone says no audio. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know right now in the comment section if you can hear me now. Okay. What do you call a line drawn along the bottom of easily spotted support areas? What do you call a line drawn along the bottom of easily spotted support areas? A, bottom trend line. B, downtrend line. And C, uptrend line. Let me know your answers in the comments. Hazan says number 8 is C. Kipi says number 8 is B. Arinze says number 8 is B. Edim says number 8 is C. Okeke Solomon says C. Meditation says number 8 is A. Felix says number 8 is B. Jesse says number 8 is A. Ashok Reddy says number 8 is B. Isaac Escor says number 8 is B. Lepola says number 8 is A. Obaro Peter says number 8 is B. Simon Emeka says C. Isaac Ovoke says number 8 is B. Chibike Williams says number 8 is B. Okay, so like I said, stick around for part 2 to be sure which of these options is the correct one, okay? Because only one can be correct. Question 9. Which axis shows the date and time scale on the chart? Which axis shows the date and time scale on the chart? A, x-axis. B, y-axis. C, your wristwatch. A, x-axis. B, y-axis. And C, wristwatch. Let me know your answers in the comments. Mark Anthony says number 9 is B. Vanessa says number 9 is A. Namdi Progress says number 9 is A. Ideal Trader says number 9 is A. Godwin Prosper says number 9 is A. Janet Alapa says number 9 is B. Olamide Bamiro says number 9 is A. He says wristwatch and he's laughing about it. He's laughing. Alexander says number 9 is B. Okay. It's just funny. Someone said wristwatch and he's laughing. Chidima Ella says number 9 is A. SF Gaming says number 9 is B. Isaac says number 9 is A. Suleiman says number 9 is A. Chidima Ella says number 9 is A. Well, only one of these options can be correct. So we'll find out in part 2. So we're going to the last question of the live Forex quiz, which is the end of part 1, right? So let's see. Who is currently the chair of the board of the Federal Reserve System? Who is currently the chair of the board of the Federal Reserve System? A. Boris Johnson, B. Jerome Powell, and C. Charles Soludo. Who is currently the chair of the board of the Federal Reserve System? A. Boris Johnson, Jerome Powell, or Charles Soludo, which is option C. Let's look at the comments. Obon Naya Uche says 10 is B. Kipi says 10 is A. I Do Trader says 10 is B. Usman says 10 is B. Godwin Prosper says 10 is B. Suleiman says 10 is B. Tolua says 10 is B. Sastrid says 10 is A. Joshua Friday says 10 is A. Pamela Chikamso says number 10 is B. Namdi Progress says 10 is B. Obaro Peter says 10 is C. Sastrid says 10 is A. Favor Otis says 10 is B with some extra B's. Joshua says 10 is B. Well, only one can be correct, and we have come to the end of part 1 of the live Forex quiz, the OctaFX live Forex quiz. So we're going to go over to part 2, which is where I show you guys the answers to each questions, right? So if you're ready for part 2, go ahead and type ready in the comments. If you're ready to know the correct answers of the questions, go ahead and type ready in the comments. All right, we are ready. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go through the questions again, and I will review the answers to the questions. Okay, so that's how part 2 is going to work. All right, so it's the same questions, but I'll just review the correct answers. Who is a scalper? That's question number 1. Who is a scalper? One who trades at night, a trader who holds trading positions for a very long time, or a trader who holds trading positions for a very short time in a day. So let's see which of these answers is correct. So the correct answer is C, a trader who holds trading positions for a very short time in a day. Guys, we have different types of traders. We have the scalpers, we have the day traders, we have the swing traders, and the position traders. Now, the difference is in how long each of these traders hold their trades, right? So a scalper is basically an in and out trader focused on the lower time frames, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 minute, just lower time frames, right? Day traders are traders that close their positions within the day. You know, they look to close the trading positions within the day. And you have swing traders that hold positions for some days, you know, focus on the higher time frames like the 4-hour, the daily time frame, you know, and then you have the position traders that hold trading positions for weeks and months and even years. Okay, so that is why option C is the correct answer, because a scalper is a trader who holds trading positions for a very short time in a day. All right, so if you got that correctly, congratulations. We're going to go to number 2. So let's see, what is the question for number 2? Which type of analysis involves studying previous price movements? A, sentimental analysis or sentiment analysis, B, fundamental analysis, and C, technical analysis. Right? So let's see which of this is correct. So the correct answer is technical analysis. Remember, we're talking about previous price movement, historical price movement, right? The options were sentiment, fundamental, or technical. Now, sentiment analysis or sentimental analysis is a measure of how traders and investors, you know, view the outlook of markets for the larger economy. So you're gauging, you're looking at how other traders or what other traders think about a certain market to know if, you know, everybody wants to buy or everybody wants to sell. Just look at the majority and think or judge or measure based on how other traders see the market and what they think about it, right? That's sentiment analysis. Fundamental analysis is basically trading the news, right? Looking out for reports of economic events to influence your trading decisions. And, you know, technical analysis has to do with trading the charts, like, you know, looking at previous price movements, looking at historical price data, you know, to help you predict what may happen in the future, right? So that's why our answer is C, which is technical analysis. So if you got that correctly, congratulations. We're going to go to number 3. Let's see. So number 3, all these are trading sessions except A, China session, B, London session, C, New York session. So let's see which one of these is correct. A, China session. So we have 3 options: China, London, and New York. Now, guys, we have 4 main trading time and session, right? We have the Asian session, the Sydney session, the London session, and the New York session, right? So China is in Asia, which is why it's China session is not a trading session, because China is in Asia, right? London represents, you know, UK and some countries in the UK. New York represents, you know, America. Sydney represents Australia, you know. So all these are trading sections except China, because, you know, China is in the UK, is in Asia, right? China is in Asia. So yeah, let's go to number 4. So if you got number 3 correctly, congratulations, triple congratulations. So number 4, which of these is not a reversal pattern? Head and shoulders, flags, or double top and bottom? So we have 3 options and only one can be correct. The correct answer is B, which is flags. Now in Forex we have what we call continuation chart patterns and reversal chart patterns. So I'm going to give you guys or show you guys an example of what I mean by a reversal chart pattern, right? So these are examples of a reversal chart pattern. Let me see if I can get my mouse. Yeah. So a head and shoulder chart pattern can be identified as a reversal chart pattern. When you hear of reverse, what comes to your mind? Return, right? So if something is going up, for it to come down, it has to reverse, right? It has to experience some difficulties going up before it can come down, right? Experience some difficulties. It could be gravity. In Forex, it's resistance, you know, when selling pressure kicks in. So the market comes down. And these are clear examples. I'm going to start with head and shoulder. So you can see that in this example, market was creating higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. Higher highs failed to create a higher low, and it formed this pattern that we call a head and shoulder pattern in Forex. When this pattern forms in Forex, it indicates that the market is trying to reverse, right? It tells you that the trend is coming to an end and market is trying to reverse. The same thing goes for the double bottom, where you have price bounce off of support twice and move to the opposite direction. In the double bottom, it's moving from a downtrend, experience some difficulties going down. This is a support level, as we call it in Forex, and bounced the first time, created the first bottom, came back to make a test at the neckline, made a second bounce at that same bottom that is a support, could not break below it, and what happened? Price began to push upwards. And in the double bottom, your confirmation comes when price breaks above the neckline, right? Same thing goes for a double top, just that a double top indicates reversal from an uptrend, right? So bounced off at resistance level twice, broke below the neckline, and that can be your confirmation that the market is going to reverse, right? So a quick one with these reversal chart patterns or continuation chart, whatever chart pattern it is, you have to be patient enough for the chart pattern to form so that you can get confidence to that the market is going to move in a certain direction, or you can get more comfortability to open positions in that market. You don't want to start trading in the middle of a chart pattern, because what if it doesn't form, right? So you'll be more comfortable to trade a chart pattern after its formation. So these are reversal chart patterns, but the question says one of these is not a reversal chart pattern, right? So one is not a reversal chart pattern. I've showed you two examples of a reversal chart pattern, and the answer was flags, and I'm going to show you what a flag pattern looks like right now. So we have two types of flag pattern: the bullish flag pattern and the bearish flag pattern, right? Now, this is what we mean by continuation chart pattern. A continuation chart pattern forms and continues the trend, right? So in a bullish flag pattern, you can see that the market is coming from an uptrend, pulls back a little bit to form this flag. So you have this black line that indicates the pole. The flag is made up of a pole and a consolidation, right? So this looks like a flag. True? Of course it does. And what happens? Price breaks above the consolidation to continue in its original trend. Original trend was in which direction? Just coming from an uptrend, right? Made a little pullback and broke above to continue to the upside. Same thing goes for the bearish flag pattern, only that it's in the opposite direction. So this indicates that the downtrend is going to continue. It's just experiencing some minor pullbacks. But when this pattern forms, a bearish flag pattern, you can get an indication that price could potentially move further to the downside. But like I said, you have to be patient for these chart patterns to form. You have to see momentum in your candlesticks and a break below the obvious areas. In a bullish flag pattern, you're looking at a break above the resistance. In a bearish flag pattern, you're looking for a break below the support of that flag, right? Just like here. So that is why our answer is a flag pattern, because it continues the trend. It doesn't reverse the trend. So question number 5, what is the worth of 2 standard lots? By the way, if you got number 4 correctly, congratulations. So we're going to go to number 5. What is the worth of 2 standard lots? $2, $20, or $200? $2, $20, or $200. Let's see which of them is correct. So the correct answer is B, $20. Now, in the Forex market, we have 3 major types of lot size. The lot size is just the amount in units of a currency you want to buy or sell, right? So we have the standard lot size, we have the mini lot size, and we have the micro lot size. I'm going to give you guys an example. Now look here, we have a standard lot, we have a mini lot, and we have a micro lot. Now each of these lot size, they possess different values per pip move, right? Now I'm going to go into the value per pip, but let me just talk about the identification on your MT4 or MT5 or your trading app. Now your standard lot is identified by 1.0, right, or 1. From 1 upwards, then you can call that a standard lot size. A mini lot size is from 0.10 to 0.99, and a micro lot is from 0.01 to 0.09. So when you use this lot size to open a trade, it basically means that you're using either a standard lot. For example, if you use a 0.05, then you're using a micro lot. You're using like 5 micro lots, right? And 5 micro lots would be 5,000 units, because a micro lot is 1,000 units of a currency, right? So if you want to buy with a micro lot that's 0.01, that means you'll be buying or selling 1,000 units of a currency. Now, the value per pip of each lot size differs. For example, a standard lot value per pip is $10, a mini lot value per pip is $1, and a micro lot value per pip is 10 cents. What this means is that every time you place a trade with one micro lot, wherever it goes, if you're buying, if you're selling, each move per pip is going to be worth 10 cents. If you place a trade with one mini lot, which is 0.10, each move per pip is going to be $1. If you place a trade with one standard lot, each move per pip is going to be $10. Now the question was, what is the worth of 2 standard lots? So if the worth of one standard lot is $10, that means the worth of 2 standard lots would be $20. That is why the answer was $20. Guys, like I said, you're also learning here, right? So you're not just coming to choose options blindly and just guess answers. You also need to learn why an answer is an answer, right? So if you got that correctly, congratulations. We're going to number 6. In the currency pair AUD-USD, which is the counter currency, right? So we have, just like a currency pair is made up of 2 currencies, the base currency and the quotes currency. The base currency always comes first, right? Why we call it a currency pair is, take for example your pair of shoes made up of the left foot and the right foot, right? A currency pair is also made up of the base currency, which is the first, which is also greater, and the quotes currency, which is the second. The quotes currency is also called the counter currency, which is why USD is our counter currency, because it comes second and it's the quotes currency, right? That is why B is our correct answer. So if you got that correctly as well, congratulations. Number 7. What does it mean to go long in Forex? What does it mean to go long? If someone says, I got it wrong, I mean, like I said, you're learning, right? So at the end of the day, you now know which one of these answers or options is correct, right? So you're learning. 7, what does it mean to go long in Forex? To be a full-time trader, to be a part-time trader, to open a buy position. Now in Forex, we have some terms, terminologies that are used in Forex, just like every other field of business, right? If you're a doctor, you would have some terms you use in the hospital. If you're an engineer, you have terms you use in your workshop. Different businesses have different terms used, right? And it's important that you learn terms and terminologies used in Forex. Stay to the end of this live and I'll show you how you can learn that anyway. So, what does it mean to go long in Forex? To go long means to buy, and to go short means to sell. So if you're going long, it means you want to open a buy position, and that is why C is our correct answer to open a buy position, right? So I'm going to move to number 8. What do you call a line drawn along the bottom of easily spotted support areas? If you got number 7 correctly, congratulations again. So number 8, what do you call a line drawn along the bottom of easily spotted support areas? A, bottom trend line, B, descending trend line, and C, ascending trend line. So a trend line is usually extended forward to identify sloped areas of support and resistance, right? Now, for you to get a trend line, or for a trend line to be drawn, you need at least 2 points to draw a trend line. I'm going to give you guys a graphical explanation or presentation of what I'm talking about. Let me just show you guys right now. Okay, so the answer is descending trend line, and I'm going to show you why, but let me give you guys the exact, so this is the example of what we mean by a trend line. So you see that red line, it's drawn along the lows, right? So this is what a trend line looks like. Now in this example, this trend line is going to the upside. So it's not a descending trend line, but it is an ascending trend line, right? Now, the more points that are used in constructing the trend line, the stronger the trend becomes. So we have 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, right? So this makes this trend line very strong. And I mean, at this point, usually at the third bounce, that's when I usually get confirmations that the trend line is going to be a strong one and is going to push the price to the upside, right? So this is actually an ascending trend line. A descending trend line would be drawn from top, figuring out the highs, connecting the highs, and is going to be drawn lower, right? So the correct answer is a descending trend line, because I mean, we're drawing it at support areas, right? Okay, so number 9, which axis shows the date and time scale on the chart? Which axis shows the date and time scale on the chart? Let's know. Okay, so the answer is A, x-axis. X-axis. So we have 2 axes, x and y. It's just like on a graph, right? You have x and y on a graph. Let me give you guys a graphical illustration of, so this is how this is your chart. We have the x-axis, we have the y-axis. The y-axis displays prices, and the x-axis displays the date and the time. If you look down here, you would see the date and the time. So the x-axis is below, the y-axis is by the side. It's horizontal, it's vertical, and the x-axis is horizontal, right? So the answer to number 9 is x-axis. Okay, number 10, who is currently the chair of the board of the Federal Reserve System? Who is currently the chair of the board of the Federal Reserve System? A, Boris Johnson, B, Jerome Powell, and C, Sanusi Lamido Sanusi. So the answer is Jerome Powell. Jerome Powell is the current chair of the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is the central bank of the US. It consists of 12 regional central banks located in major cities across the United States, right? And the Board of Governors is basically an agency of the federal government that is made up of 7 presidential appointees. And what they do is they give reports and give direct account to the Congress, and to provide, general guidance for the the system as a whole, and they also oversee the reserve banks. So there you have it, the end of the live Forex quiz. 10 questions and 10 answers, and I hope you guys learned something today. I'm going to look at the comment section to get your questions right now. So if you have questions, go ahead and type in the comment section. Precious says she learned a lot. Okay, let's look at number 8 again. Let's take a look at number 8. Okay, so what do you call a line drawn along the bottom of easily spotted support areas? Now I'm going to go through it again so you guys can understand better, right? So support is just an area where buying pressure tends to kick in, where the sellers or the bears are stopped from going below. Resistance is above, where the buyers are stopped from going above, right? Let me see if I can put up my So the question is, what do you call a line drawn along the bottom of easily spotted support areas? Number 8 is actually an ascending trend line, guys, because it is drawn towards the support. Now, in this example, you see that price tested this trend line 3 times, and the trend line was drawn below. In my explanation, I said that a support is found below. It's where buying pressure tends to kick in, where sellers are being rejected from going downwards. So you see that price was rejected here, and rejected here. So this is actually an ascending trend line, and the answer to number 8 is ascending trend line and not descending trend line. Okay, so yeah, if you have questions, you can go ahead and type your questions in the comment section. Emmanuel David says, I have learned enough as a novice trader from OctaFX. Thank you for participating. All right, so if you want to know more about trend lines and support and resistance, if you want to know more about Forex generally, just if you check the description of this video, you're going to see an English playlist. There you have webinars and videos that explains how to navigate through the foreign exchange market, right? How can we draw a trend line? So if you go to your trading app, you'd see the option or the button for objects. You click on objects and you're going to see the trend line. It will be right there. Okay, Ambrose Ebuka says, thanks for the knowledge. Jackel says, great way to build learning knowledge. Emeka says, thank you so much, OctaFX, my best broker. I learned a lot. Tijuri says, thanks. We have uptrend and downtrend. Okay, so yes, we have 2 types of trend, the uptrend and the downtrend, right? Now, your trend lines for an ascending trend. An ascending trend is an uptrend. So you're drawing your trend line below at the support, right? And then if it's a downtrend, you're drawing your trend line above, connecting the highs at the resistance. Okay, so for an uptrend, to connect the lows, you're going to draw your trend line at the support. You connect your trend line from the previous low to the next low. The next low has to be higher than the previous low because it's an uptrend, right? So it's going up. So it was a really amazing live Forex quiz. I'm really excited that you guys learned a lot. Thank you so much for joining, and remember to hit the like button and subscribe, and also turn on the bell notification so that you would not miss out on new episodes. And remember to check the description for other webinars. The winner of this live Forex quiz will be announced in the comments a couple of days after the quiz. So check back to find out the winner. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you next time.